OpenAI was built on a specific logic. It was incorporated as a nonprofit, explicitly tasked with prioritizing human safety ahead of financial returns. Artificial intelligence can scale to manage global infrastructure, economies, and defense systems. Its capacity to reshape society carries massive risks. To navigate those risks, the founders agreed on a strict requirement. The person leading the organization would need to operate with absolute, unquestionable integrity. Today, the company behaves very differently. It aggressively pursues massive market scale, embedding its technology into nearly every sector of the economy. Because the software is now ubiquitous, the primary shield protecting the public from catastrophic errors is the internal governance structure at OpenAI. Outside the company, there is virtually no appetite for legislative oversight. Washington currently lacks the urgency required to pass binding regulations on the AI industry. That lack of guardrails is significant when you look at their client list. OpenAI has already signed contracts allowing the Pentagon broad access to its underlying technology. Company executives make high-profile media appearances calling for government regulation, while privately lobbying to block specific safety bills before they can become law. With Washington stepping back, the burden of safety falls entirely on OpenAI's internal leadership. But a new investigation reveals that this last line of defense may be far less stable than it appears. In November 2023, the board abruptly fired CEO Sam Altman. Their official, public reason was a lack of candor. Within days, a massive employee revolt and pressure from key investors forced the board to reinstate him. The firing was quickly dismissed as a corporate miscommunication. But a year-and-a-half-long forensic investigation by The New Yorker pierced that corporate veil to reveal hidden internal documentation. The files included a dense cache of memos compiled by OpenAI co-founder Ilya Sutskever, explicitly detailing a consistent, ongoing pattern of deception by the CEO. Sutskever was so concerned about retaliation that he relied entirely on disappearing Slack messages, purposely avoiding any kind of permanent paper trail. This flowchart visualizes one specific structural bypass from December 2022. Altman falsely assured the board that controversial GPT-4 features had been cleared by the safety panel. He bypassed the actual checkpoint and reported a green light directly to the directors. The internal records confirm the board's decision to fire him was a deliberate attempt to trigger an emergency failsafe against a chief executive they could no longer trust. The shift in priorities traces back to a massive 2019 partnership with Microsoft, where financial incentives began to override the nonprofit mandate. Dario Amodei documented that Altman secretly negotiated a Microsoft contract clause, overriding OpenAI's original charter. After reclaiming his job, Altman repopulated the board with loyalists, neutralizing independent oversight. The legal investigation into his conduct was kept entirely oral. No official written record was ever filed. Keeping an investigation of this magnitude completely off the books completely breaks the mechanism of corporate accountability. The system designed to hold leadership in check is disabled. The organization that recruited the world's top talent by promising to put safety first has abandoned that foundational structure in the pursuit of scale. Those who worked closest with Altman describe a leader with a profound disconnect, someone who is deeply focused on being liked in any given meeting, while remaining, in their words, entirely unconstrained by truth. Silicon Valley operates on a culture of hype, telling different groups whatever they want to hear. Applying that mindset to the development of superintelligence carries massive existential weight. Major public institutions, global corporate enterprises, and defense departments are integrating these tools into their infrastructure, trusting a corporate safety narrative that internal documents prove is hollow. The belief that powerful technology founders can successfully police themselves is broken. Without mandatory external oversight, the systems that will shape the global economy are controlled by a framework entirely unconstrained by the truth.